Hello, everybody. Andrew Blake from the digitalaudiomanual.com. And today I want to share with you a tip on how you can bring selected tracks into view very quickly. I always work from a template, and I recommend you do the same thing for your Cubase projects. But even when you have a template laid out, in my case, I have two different audio inputs that I use at different points through my project all the time. The first one being my microphone, which allows me to put things in like you're hearing right now. And the other one is my guitar input that I will use to capture different guitar parts that I may not even use as a guitar part, but mainly I want to capture the line and the feel, the groove, and then I may transfer that to a VST instrument later, maybe a horn part or a synth or who knows what. But I'm always coming back to those tracks at all different kinds of points throughout my recording process. Over here on the left, I have these couple of guitar audio tracks set up, one for monitoring. Above it, I have these various microphone tracks set up. And in the beginning, when I only have a few tracks happening, it's pretty quick and easy to find these audio tracks. So when I want to work on them, they're right there. And of course, you can always go up to the little Spyglass at the top here, click on that. And if you've named things, I can type in guitar. And then quickly I can find my tracks that way as well. But where I start to hit a little bit of a roadblock and things slow down, as I add more tracks in here, and it's not uncommon to have 25 or 30 different tracks going on, and many people have more than that. When you go to locate something that you need all the time, again, in my case, these various audio tracks, it can put a little bit of a drain on your creative process, trying to locate those, scrolling through your list of different tracks. They just start to blend in to all the other workflows that are going on. Thankfully, there's a great solution for that by using some of the features in the Project Logical Editor and other options that are available here. Let me show you what I do, and then you can adapt this to something you may need frequently as you're going through your projects. Okay, so step one, take all the tracks that you're going to want to find and put them into a folder. Now, you don't have to do this, but the advantage is then you can have all kinds of differently named tracks. As in my example, I have guitar 1, guitar 2, and etc. I also have mic 1, mic 2, a mic folder. All of these combined together, I put into one main folder, and I called it the Work Tracks folder. By doing this, in the following step, we go to search for a particular name. We don't have to search for 5 different names of mic 2 and mic 3 and guitar 1 and etc. We can just look for the Work Tracks folder, and all these contained tracks, even though they have various and different names, are all then going to come into view. All right, next up, we're going to want to take advantage of the Project Logical Editor. This is going to help automate the process of finding and selecting the tracks that we're looking for. In order to use the Project Logical Editor, we go up to the Project menu, scroll down to where it says Project Logical Editor. We want to choose the option that says Setup. And when you create and use things with the Project Logical Editor, you're going to be using these buttons to say Insert and Remove. As you press this Insert, it's going to continue to add little commands. And there's 2 areas. If you come down here, you can do the same thing. You're going to want to remove everything. So just keep pressing that until everything clears out. Then we'll do our first command, the insert button, one time in this upper area. This just gives you a generic kind of command. Now we have to customize it. The first thing we need to do is go over to this far left area and see this little picture of a parentheses. They actually call these brackets. We want to click right below that, and we have the option to add various other kinds of brackets. We're going to choose the very first one that's a single bracket. And then we have to customize this part that says the filter target, where it says media type is. Clicking on this column, we want to come down to the option that says container type. The next one says equal. We're going to leave that just like it is. And then parameter 1, this area right here, also gives us a bunch of choices. We want to make sure the option that says folder track is selected. Then we're going to add another one of these commands by hitting insert. And as soon as we do that, it puts the word and over here on the very end. In case that was changed to something else, the word or, you want to make sure you click on that so it says and. And then the next thing on the second line, we're going to click on that, choose this option that says name. Once again, we'll leave the option that says equal. But now at parameter 1, I can type in the name of my folder track. And the more specific we can get here in terms of spelling or word selection, the more reliable our results are going to be. So I know my folder is called Work Tracks Folder. So I just type all that in. Then the last thing, come to the end, click in this area, and add one more bracket. And now an important thing with this Project Logical Editor, at the very bottom, you're going to tell it what it has to do. When you click on this drop-down list, you have the option of delete or transform. In our case, we want to choose select. We can test it out by coming down and hit apply. And it did exactly what I expected. It highlighted the folder that says the work tracks folder. But there's still more we want to do to make this find what we're looking for very easy. First, we want to go ahead and save this new preset we've created. So we come up to the top where it says preset, click that drop down, and then just type in a name. I'm going to call it work tracks visible. And then click the option that says save the changes as a preset. So now when you have a couple of commands, like a Project Logical Editor and maybe some other commands, that's when you want to think about using a macro. To put a macro to work, go to Edit, down to your key commands, and go ahead and create the macro first. We're going to fill it up with the commands as we go. So we have this option here that says New Macro. We hit that, and then it creates something in the list that says New Macro. We want to give it a name. Just double-click on it. We'll call it Visible Tracks. And if you know what shortcut key you want to use, you can go ahead and assign that right away. If I go over here to this column and click, I'm going to use the number 4 on my keyboard. Then you want to begin looking for what you're going to build this with. If I go back up, there's actually a category for the Project Logical Editor right here. If I open that up, that's why you want to give these things good names because it makes it easier to find. So I'm going to bring up the work tracks visible. Then you have to come down and say add the command, and that'll begin putting that into your newly created macro. Now, the next command I want to add here is a category for agents. So if I type in agent, and I can come down and I find this particular one that says agents, show only selected channels or tracks. I'm going to click on that one. And again, I come down and I say add the command. And that puts both of these key command shortcuts into this macro. Now with macros, you don't have to save them. Once you've created it, it's already ready to go. So if I come out of this list and I look at my long list of all different kinds of tracks, I'll even select one that I know is not what I'm looking for. And because I assigned the number 4, when I hit the number 4, the only thing left in view is my work tracks folder. It's now got selected, and then all the tracks that are included in that folder. So quick and easy, just like that. At any time during my project, I can just hit that key command and bring that into view. Now, in other previous videos, I've showed you how to set up other key commands, like this one. It brings all your tracks into view. So that's something you may want to look at as well. But between these various key commands, I can hit number 4, see the tracks I need, hit number 1, bring all my tracks back into view, and my projects move along quick and simple, easy and fast. So have a look at that for your own workflow, adapt it to something you need to use all the time, and take advantage of some of those powerful searching features that are already built into Cubase, just waiting for you to take advantage of them. And if you're looking to up your skill set with all the different features and functions in Cubase, be sure to click the link in the description of this video or stop by thedigital-audio-manual.com for more information. As always, it's great to have you here. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next video.